If you please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Last Thursday, September 10th, our country experienced a rather unusually horrific series of violent events, from a school shooting in the state of Colorado to a beheading in Texas and the assassination of a 31-year-old father of two in the state of Utah. Something has to change. I'd like to call a moment of silence for all these victims and their families who were so violently affected by last week's events. Thank you. If the clerk would call the roll, please.
Justin Shu.
Here.
John Vajesi.
Here.
Byron Shabazz.
Here.
Dave Dorsett.
Present.
Ashley Katz. Don Nguyen.
Here.
Jennifer Hemingway.
Present.
6 present.
Thank you. We have a quorum, and I'd invite some guests we have with us in the council chambers this evening, the members of the General Macomb chapter, the Daughters of American Revolution. If you'd join me at the podium, I'd like to issue a proclamation. Council, whereas the Constitution of the United States of America, the guardian of our liberties, embodies the principles of limited government in a republic dedicated to the rule of law, and whereas September 17, 2025 marks the 238th anniversary of the framing of the Constitution of the United States of America by the Constitutional Convention, and whereas it is fitting and proper to accord official recognition to this magnificent document and its memorable anniversary, and to the patriotic celebrations which will commemorate it. And whereas Public Law 915 guarantees the issuing of a yearly proclamation by the President of the United States of America, designating September 17th through the 23rd as Constitution Week. Now, therefore, I, Michael J. Inman, Mayor of the City of Macomb, do hereby proclaim this week, September 17th through the 23rd, 2025, as Constitution Week in Macomb, Illinois, and I ask our citizens to reaffirm the ideals of the framers of the Constitution that the framers of the Constitution had in 1787, vigilantly protecting the freedoms guaranteed to us through the guardian of our liberties. And I would like to ask that the current chair, Ms. Nielsen, if we can pass this on to you, and we'd offer you the microphone if you'd like. I should have warned you about that. Okay, I understand. Please go ahead.
Yes, please. We take this opportunity to remind ourselves of the Constitution. We often think we know what is in it, but if you get a chance to go through and read at least the 10 amendments of the Bill of Rights, you may surprise yourself and find out some things that you hadn't paid attention to before. We're pleased to have this opportunity to receive this proclamation from the City of Macomb. Thank you.
We'll excuse them because I know at least 2 of them had other engagements immediately following, so thank you again for being here. Citizens wishing to address the City Council on matters germane to the agenda of tonight's meeting will be limited to 3 minutes and are asked to be brief and concise in making their remarks. Comments submitted by mail or email will not be read aloud, but a copy will be provided to each member of the council and made a part of the minutes of this meeting. Does anyone wish to speak to the council under the public comment section of tonight's agenda? Yes, sir.
Keenan Albright, resident here. I'm running to be the most annoying person in Macomb. I just was wondering if the city council or the city would entertain adding to our arsenal the ability to remove weeds from in between the street and the, curb, thank you. I'm noticing there are a lot of weeds popping up around town, and especially in the northeast section of student housing or student residences. It would be nice to make the streets look lived in and frequented. It would also just help in general with slowing down any degradation of our sidewalks and so forth. You know, if I had my dream right now, we'd have all new sidewalks in that area, the northeast side, new greenscaping and lighting, street lighting that makes students feel really welcomed and like they're in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing. And, you know, that's a lot of money, obviously, but maybe something like this, some low-hanging fruit. Some of the machines I found, one would attach right to some equipment, like a vehicle we might have already. Another is a brush that would fit onto our street cleaner. It's thick bristle and it rips weeds out by the roots. And there's some other walk behind. But I feel like if we could better articulate our curbs, clean out the weeds, and maybe even unearth some of the hidden sidewalks, we could return a little value to the streets and kind of see where we're starting from in terms of, you know, how we want to move forward and making, you know, growing Macomb, because we have a long future of growth ahead of us. But that was pretty much it. And I can forward what I found to the city manager. And, you know, I'm really impressed right now by everyone trying to pitch in. And, you know, I think that's all what we're trying to do. I hate to bring this last part up, but the plans the city has for the sports complex have been
Point of order.
from the site for.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Albright, I think we were stretching to get your early comments
thank
to
you.
somewhere germane to the agenda.
Oh,
So,
because there's a lot of street work and
Okay.
painting. It's hard to tell, but that's really trying
Okay.
to get into the other thing I don't need to talk about, but it is missing from the website, so no one can see it.
okay. Thank you, sir. Appreciate your comments. And we'll pass those on to the city administrator, Mr. Coker. Thank you. Anyone else wishing to address the council under the public comment section of the agenda this evening? Hearing none, we'll move on to a motion to sit as the township board.
Make a motion to sit as township board.
Second.
Moved and seconded to sit as the township board. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Shu,
Here, yes.
Vijesi,
Aye.
Shabazz.
Aye.
Dorset.
Aye.
Wynn.
Aye.
Hemingway. Aye. All ayes.
Motion carried. Thank you. Council, before you is the consent agenda. It includes the claims and accounts and the supervisor and assessor's reports. We'd entertain a motion to adopt the consent agenda.
Motion to adopt is presented. Second.
Moved and seconded to adopt the consent agenda. Any discussion on any of those items? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Vijesi.
I'm sorry, Alderman Vajesi.
Just one quick on the monthly supervisor's report. I see that you've had 23 applications for the month of August. I know it was exceptionally hot, and with the amount of bills coming in and the increase in Ameren or whomever their electric companies happen to be, do you see a lot of that because of that reason, or is it just people are struggling right now?
Mostly it's just because people are struggling right now. There is a lot of Ameren bills coming in, there was a few disconnects, but one of them was definitely way over even what the emergency assistance allotment was. And that emergency assistance is set at 900. So if that tells you how high this bill was, it was pretty bad. And it was only 2 months worth. A lot of them are looking for rent. Rent's gone up, and they're just needing a little extra help. A lot of people have been laid off, and they're just needing a little bit of help from us right now. Right now, we have already, since September 1st, we've already handed out 20 applications since September 1st, and we've had about 8 of them come back.
Thank you.
Very good. Anyone else? All right, hearing no further discussion, roll call, please.
Vijesi.
Aye.
Shabazz. Aye. Dorset.
Aye.
Wynn.
Aye.
Hemingway. Aye. Miriam.
Aye.
Shu.
Aye.
All ayes.
Motion carries. Thank you. There is no old business and there is no new business. We'd entertain a motion to resume as the city council.
So moved. Second.
It's been moved and seconded to resume as the city council. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Shabazz.
Aye.
Dorset.
Aye.
Wynn.
Aye.
Hemingway. Aye. Merriman.
Aye.
Shu. Aye. Bajetsky.
Aye.
All ayes.
Motion carried. Thank you. And before you is a consent agenda for the city council. A motion is in order.
Motion to accept consent agenda.
Second.
Moved and seconded to adopt the consent agenda. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Dorset.
Aye.
Wynn.
Aye.
Hemingway. Aye. Shu. Aye. Bajetsky.
Aye.
Shabazz.
Aye.
All ayes.
Motion carried. Thank you. Under unfinished business, item number 1, consideration of an ordinance approving and authorizing the execution of an amendment to the Downtown Facade Grant Program application and agreement at 129 South Lafayette Street. This will be second reading.
Thank you. The ordinance provides that the mayor and council would determine that the attached downtown facade grant program application and agreement is in the best interests of the community. On September 3rd, 2024, the city approved a program application including a facade agreement for John Meixner, which is attached as Exhibit A for a commercial building located at 129 South Lafayette Street. The application provides that the applicant would complete the project within 365 days from the date of approval. The applicant has requested an extension to that time period. The city would agree to amend the terms of the program application and provide for completion on or before November 3rd, 2025. And then the city would reimburse the applicant a total not to exceed 2/3 of the verified exterior TIF eligible costs, or $8,732.85, whichever is less. And the mayor would be authorized and directed to accept and execute the amendment to that program application and agreement.
Thank you. That'll stand as second reading. Motion is in order.
Make a motion to approve and authorize the execution of an amendment to the Downtown Facade Grant Program application and agreement at 129 South Lafayette Street.
Second.
It's moved and seconded. Any discussion? Alderman Vajezzi.
Just a quick note again, making sure everybody realizes this was nothing to do with the owner of the property, but mainly because the awning company had to delay because there was such demand.
Very good. Thank you. Alderman Dorset? Same thing? All right. Thank you. Any other discussion? All right. Hearing none. Roll call, please.
Wynn.
Aye.
Hemingway. Aye. Shu. Aye. Bajetsky.
Aye.
Shabazz.
Aye.
Dorset.
Aye.
All ayes.
Motion carried. Thank you. There is no other unfinished business this evening. Under new business, item number 1, consideration to approve a resolution authorizing an intergovernmental agreement between the City of Macomb and the Board of Trustees of Western Illinois University for recording and live streaming public meetings. This had discussion at last week's Committee of the Whole. I'd ask that the city attorney read the resolution to the record, please.
Thank you. The resolution provides that units of government are permitted under the Illinois Constitution to enter into agreements to obtain or share services. The city and the Board of Trustees of Western Illinois University desire to share resources for the benefit. Oh, I hope I didn't put that in there. For the benefit of the citizens of the City of Macomb. The parties are authorized to enter into this agreement pursuant to the Constitution and the Illinois Intergovernmental Cooperation Act. The agreement is attached as Exhibit A, and if adopted, council would authorize the acceptance of that agreement.
Thank you. That will be our record, reading of record. We'd entertain a motion to adopt the resolution.
Motion to adopt the resolution authorizing the IGA between City of Macomb and the Board of Trustees of WIU.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Hemingway. Aye. Shu. Abstain. Bajetsky.
Aye.
Shabazz.
Aye.
Dorset.
Aye.
Wynn.
Aye.
5.
Motion carried. Thank you. Item number 2, consideration authorizing the awarding of the bid for the Western Avenue concrete repair to Lavadier Construction Incorporated in the amount of $58,000. There's a memorandum in your packet from the Public Works Director. The bids were actually opened last Wednesday. Alice, do you want to give us a brief overview of our plan here? And that would be great.
Good evening.
Good evening.
During our design work for the 2025 roadway project, there were 4 areas on Western Avenue, kind of between University, where it comes in from the east and goes out on the west, that are starting to fail. We put cold patch and we've used spray patch to try to keep them from completely failing, but we do need to get those fixed. This has become kind of our annual fix the concrete on Western Avenue project. We did only receive one bid from Lavadier in the amount of $58,000, and so I'm asking for approval of that.
Very good. Any questions for Ms. Ortman? Alderman Vajezzi?
Do you have a projected start day once this is approved and how long it'll take them?
It won't take them very long. We've been in contact with Ted Renner at WIU, and he'll be attending our pre-construction contract so that we can make sure that their working days do not interfere with any activities planned on campus.
Thank you.
Very good, thank you. Any other discussion or any other questions? We entertain a motion to authorize and award the bid to Lavadier in the amount of $58,000.
Make a motion awarding the bid for Western Avenue concrete repair to Lavadier Construction in the amount of $58,000.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Shu.
Aye.
Vajezzi.
Aye.
Shabazz.
Aye.
Dorset.
Aye.
Wynn.
Aye.
Hemingway. Aye. All ayes.
Motion carried. Thank you. And item number 3, consideration authorizing the awarding of a bid for the crack sealing project at various locations to Complete Asphalt Services Incorporated, also known as Casco, in the amount of $54,584. Alice, do you fill us in on where we're at here, please?
So we typically go back a few years after we've paved a road and seal up any cracks. It helps extend the life of the road that's been recently milled and overlaid or otherwise repaired. So those are the streets that we'll be doing this year. We had budgeted $70,000, and this bid came in at $54,584.
Sounds good, like a good number then. Any questions for Ms. Ortman? Entertain a motion to award the bid to Casco in the amount of $54,584.
So moved.
Second.
So moved and seconded to award the bid. Any discussion then? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Vajezzi.
Aye.
Shabazz.
Aye.
Dorset.
Aye.
Wynn.
Aye.
Hemingway. Aye. Shu.
Aye.
All ayes.
Motion carried. Thank you. Item number 4, and we'll let Ms. Horton go into this in a little detail. Consideration to authorize the bid process to be waived for the pavement markings project for the Public Works Department. Alice, could you go over our request here, please?
Yes. So this project, like the other two, did get advertised for bid, and bids were to be accepted last Wednesday, and we did not receive any bids. The company that I'm asking for award in item number 5 had actually Federal Expressed their bid that was supposed to be delivered on Tuesday, so a full day before the bid opening. It did not get delivered until 11:30, which was an hour and a half past the bid opening date, so we could not accept it as a true bid. So that's why we're asking to waive the bidding requirement.
Thank you. Any questions for Ms. Ortman? Alderman Dorset.
Yeah, I'm getting very uncomfortable with the number of bids that we're having to waive recently. Why are we able to find nobody to bid on jobs?
For this particular one, I don't know. For some of the others where we've asked to waive bids, there is only one contractor, especially in the that will come to Macomb, or is able to come to Macomb to do the work, especially with asphalt. I sent out, for all of these, I did not wait for the contractors to come to me and request bid packets. I sent bid packets out to companies that I have known to do work here in the past, and these were the only bids that we received. So I don't know a good answer to your question, Alderman Dorset.
This is, I think, kind of unusual. I don't know how many pavement marking businesses.
Sent out 3.
Yeah, are out in the business in the area.
Yeah.
But this was kind of unusual, I would agree. Any other questions for Ms. Ortman? All righty, we'd entertain a motion to waive the bid process for the pavement markings project for the city's Public Works Department.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Shabazz.
Aye.
Dorset.
Aye.
Wynn.
Aye.
Hemingway. Aye. Shu.
Aye.
Vajezzi.
Aye.
All ayes.
Motion carried. Thank you. Item number 5, consideration authorizing awarding the contract for the pavement marking projects for Public Works Department. Alice, could you go over that for us, please?
Yes, so Varsity Striping is the company whose bid was not delivered on time, and they are going to be in town doing striping on another project. And so I think that it's in our best interest to go ahead and award the contract to them. at the bid price that they had submitted, which was, I think, just a little over $30,000. Find my memo here. Yes, 30,156. So,
Ready, any questions for Ms. Ortman regarding that? Alderman Jesse.
Kind of same questions earlier. If they're awarded this bid, when would they start? How long would it take? Any interruptions to traffic patterns?
there'll be temporary interruptions to traffic patterns. I believe the project that they're going to be in town for, I think they're either going to be in this week or next week to start that, so it'll be soon.
Okay, secondary question is, years ago, I remember IDOT had put down almost like a giant sticker on the roads, and they looked great until the first snowfall. Will these be
Yes.
painted on?
These are painted,
Okay,
yes.
thank
Yes,
you.
those thermal stickers, you're right, don't.
No.
No.
Okay,
And
thank
they're
you.
expensive.
Alderman Hemingway.
How does their bid compare to what you had set aside for this?
We had set aside 28,000, so they're just a little bit higher than anticipated.
Any further, do we have a motion? I'm sorry.
No, sir.
Again, we need a motion to authorize awarding the contract to,
Varsity striping.
yes, those folks for $30,156.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Alice, could you go over a few of the streets that, and you don't, if you got them all there, that's fine, but at least give a general idea of where
I
folks
printed
could.
out maps.
Look at that.
just
That's
in
good.
case.
Excellent.
I can even tell you striping if you want to know striping, or, yes. Crack ceiling, if you want to know crack ceiling. So a good portion of the project on the striping is Walton Way, all the way back to Wheeler from the frontage road. And then we're going to try to, you'll notice that what little striping IDOT did earlier this year, they only went, 100 feet, 200 feet from each intersection. And so their new striping butts up to old striping. And so the goal with this is to come in behind IDOT and match up to their lines so that there's new striping all the way down the roads that intersect the highway. And then on Ward Street, we'll be doing we'll be refreshing the railroad crossing symbols as well. So they'll be on Wigwam Hollow and Collins and Ward. And then depending on what IDOT does with their fall, they'll pick up at Johnson and Dudley and kind of work their way through town.
That also include Grant that was just resurfaced.
Grant is part of Lavedier's contract, repaving contract.
Okay,
So that
gotcha.
is not part of our bid, no.
All right, thank
But
you.
that is the project they're going to be in town doing.
Okay. Any other discussion? Hearing none, then roll call, please.
Dorset,
Aye.
Wynn,
Aye.
Hemingway,
Aye.
Shu,
Aye.
Bajetsi,
Aye.
Shabazz. All ayes.
Motion carried. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Alice. Item number 6, consideration of approval of a resolution authorizing participation in the 791 Purchasing Cooperative and execution of a master interlocal agreement. Copy of the resolution is in your packet, and ask the city attorney to read that resolution to the record, please.
Thank you. The City of Macomb is authorized under the Illinois Municipal Code and the Governmental Joint Purchasing Act to participate in cooperative purchasing programs. 791 Purchasing Cooperative is a national cooperative administered by governmental lead agencies, which are public entities organized under the laws of the state of Texas. Their contracts are competitively solicited and awarded by the lead agencies in accordance with Texas public procurement law. Council would determine that participation in the 791 cooperative would allow the city to obtain goods and services through contracts that have been competitively bid, resulting in potential cost savings and procurement efficiencies. If adopted, the resolution authorizes the city to join and participate in the 791 Purchasing Cooperative and to execute any agreements, applications, or documents necessary to effectuate that participation, including the master interlocal agreement attached as Exhibit A. Staff would be authorized to purchase goods and services through contracts awarded by the cooperative, provided those purchases comply with the applicable provisions of Illinois law, our city code, and budgetary authority. Individual purchases exceeding established bidding thresholds would be presented to council for approval, and the resolution would be in full force and in effect after its passage and approval.
Thank you. Appreciate that. I'd ask now that maybe the transit director come forward. Items number 6 and 7 are closely aligned. Obviously, without the approval of number 6, number 7 doesn't happen, but the driving force behind this is obviously an opportunity to save money and through this process. And I think as a result of some discussion that was held at the Transportation Subcommittee last week, Ms. Petrino has some other information she'd like to share with you to underscore the importance of this type of a purchasing agreement.
Yes, so, excuse me, what we're trying to do here is be part of the 791 purchasing cooperative so we can go ahead and get some new software through TripMaster. This software would cover both of our fixed route as well as our demand response vehicles, and included in this software would be GPS systems so we can track our buses, vans, cutaways, as well as added cameras to all of the fleet and scheduling software so we can have additional software to go ahead and have on our data pads to count passengers as well as to set up appointments for our demand response and things like that. A couple things to highlight in this would be that currently we have 3 companies that we are using for cameras, GPS, and scheduling software, and that equates to about a little over $83,000 a year to have software from all 3 of these companies, versus if we went ahead and went with TripMaster, it would be a little over almost $71,000, which is cost savings there. We would have a one-time setup fee of about $83,000 to put the cameras in and get a training course on the new software and things like that. But in like it says in the memo, we are paying also for kind of some upgrades with the software, such as live camera feeds. So it would send a notification if there's an event going on the vehicles or something unsafe or things like that, where we would get a notice that, hey, maybe you should go into the cameras and see what's going on, as well as automatic passenger counters. So right now on our data pads, the drivers on the fixed route have to manually count and press how many people are getting on the bus, versus this, it would just be automatic through the cameras, as well as we would be able to automatically generate reports for our yearly IDOT and FTA paperwork right through the software.
Any questions for Ms. Petrino? Alderman Vajezzi.
Just one quick note going back to what you mentioned about the cameras. That is a wonderful safety by having additional cameras on there. Number one, you can see inside the buses in case there's any type of altercation, but also outside the buses. So being able to see 360 around the vehicle in case there's by chance an accident, there's a fall, it keeps every citizen safe. So I appreciate that we're adding these additional tools to the buses to make everybody more accessible and safe.
Yes.
And Alderman Dorset.
And these costs are all covered through the grants that we receive from 5311?
Yes. Yep.
Does anyone from the Transportation Committee want to weigh in any comments in the discussion you had last Friday? Alderman Vajezzi.
As we talked about this, the system that we have is very aging. And so a lot of things are just not working. You can't remotely get in GPS and find out where your bus is. So this will be an advantage for the students or any rider that's going to be taking the bus. So you can actually get online and say exactly where your bus is, because as a student, you want to make sure you're on time for your class. You can't be late because your bus was late. I don't know any professor that would accept that as an excuse. But also if you're going to pick up a bus, if you're coming from Walmart back to City Center. So it's a big advantage through that. Yes, we do have the upfront cost, but the savings we have overall will be a better deal for the city.
Absolutely.
Very good, thank you. Anyone else? We'd entertain a motion to adopt the resolution authorize participation in 791 Purchasing Cooperative.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Excuse me, hearing none, roll call, please.
Wynn.
Aye.
Hemingway.
Aye.
Shu. Aye. Bajetsi.
Aye.
Shabazz. Aye. Dorset.
Aye.
All ayes.
Motion carried. And then item number 7 is, like we said, the companion. This is actually authorizing the awarding of the bid to 791 Purchasing Cooperative for TripMaster scheduling software in the amount of $70,739.55, as well as an initial one-time setup fee of $82,908. Ms. Petrino, do you have anything to add?
No, I kind of covered it all right there. I will say that one of the upgrades that I'm most looking forward to is the fact that not only we can go in and see the cameras live, but we can also go in live, take a chunk of the footage that we need and send it to first responders or things right from even my phone. I can do it from the app.
Well, we're hoping we don't have to do that.
Yes.
All righty. Thank you. Would entertain a motion to award the bid.
Motion to award the bid for 791 Purchasing Cooperative to Tripmaster in the amounts specified.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Hemingway.
Aye.
Shu.
Aye.
Bajetsy.
Aye.
Shabazz.
Aye.
Dorset.
Aye.
Wynn.
Aye.
All ayes.
Motion carried. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Petrino. Appreciate it. Item number 8, consideration for approval of a change order to the sanitary sewer lining project in the amount of $25,200. And I think we had somebody else on deck, but it's you tonight for that as well. Thank you. Ms. Ortman.
So we're in the process of our annual sewer lining project, and as part of the project, the contractor comes in and cleans and televises all the lines in question ahead of time to make sure that there's no defects in the pipe that are so bad that you can't line through it. And from the time that we televised it, when we selected the lines, to when the contractor has now come through and done his pre-lining video, there are 2 locations where the sewer connection for 2 individual homes have failed to the point where if we were to line through, we would not get a good seal on the service, and we would have a lot of infiltration at those 2 locations. So we looked at either digging them up and replacing them, or using T-liners, which look kind of like top hats, and they can go in and insert those in the service to provide a good seal where the pipe comes into the main. And it turned out, and this is not usually the case, but it turned out that the T-liners were actually the less expensive of the 2 alternatives, coming in at $25,200. And so we're requesting approval for this change order to the sewer lining contract.
Any questions for Ms. Ortman? Excuse me. Who's the contractor?
Visu Sewer.
Thank you. An entertained motion to authorize a change order in the amount of $25,200.
Make a motion to approve the change order to the sanitary sewer line project in the amount of $25,200.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Shu.
Aye.
Bajetsy.
Aye.
Shabazz.
Aye.
Dorset.
Aye.
Wynn.
Aye.
Hemingway.
Aye.
All ayes.
Motion carried. Thank you again,
Thank
Alice.
you.
There is no other new business tonight. Are there any committee reports? Alderman Vajezi.
Just a quick update on the animal shelter. As of August, at the beginning of the month, there were 29 dogs. 2 were picked up, 7 were dropped off for a total of 38. Of those 38, 4 were reclaimed, 8 were adopted. So 12 left the shelter, bringing a total down to 26. For cats, there were 30 at the beginning of the month. 1 was picked up, 14 were dropped off for a total of 45. Of those 45, 12 were adopted. Fortunately, 3 passed away due to health issues, 15 leaving the shelter, bringing a total down to 30. So again, as I've always said, if you have looking for a forever friend, they're available at the animal shelter.
Very good. Thank you. Any other committee reports?
Yes.
Alderman Shabazz.
And I need a second because since I've been here, I'm here learning as much as I can, listening. But there's a place where I have a voice and I can, vote and again, because of the open process. So I want to say this directly to the mayor. I would never insult you. You know that. We're friends away from here. But the recognition of Charlie Kirk, and I'll say this for purposes of having it on the record of where I stand on it, to recognize someone whose banner was racism, sexism, violence, anybody other than a white man, but he sat and was very distinct in his call about the lack of intelligence of black women, and black men needed to be locked up. And there's just an endless array of the things that this reprehensible human being said. And I want to say something to be clear. Let us remember, he died by his own words. And this is not the city council talking, this is Byron talking. So if anybody wants to write and disagree with my position, you can write me. Nobody here is responsible but me. You know, they say silence is complicity. And to have him in the same conversation as these children, as the person that was beheaded, and all of that violence, none of those people asked for that violence. This man bred violence and died that way. But I have to say, as a black person, particularly here in this setting alone, it was hard to hear that, truly, because I respect you so much. But let me say this. I understand for you as the mayor to recognize, not choose a side, and to just recognize. But to hear that really hurt me. It was a shot that I've been sitting here with a nervous, tight stomach, not out of anger, but disappointment. I just want you to, all of you, to please just take a moment and think of, if you've ever watched this man and you have any black friends, think about them and how this man made us feel. And here's the problem with all of that, the bigger problem. The first thing they said is this man was a husband and a father. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Medgar Evers, Fred Hampton. All these men were either killed in front of their families or family was immediately near. There was no flag flying half-mast. There was no recognition by the people in government. Even Dr. King, it was pretty much toward the end before the government, well, I don't want to go down into that because I'm really angry right now. But I would just like for us to please consider all the people and then consider the people that are hurt by something before we recognize somebody who created hurt. There's no good you can find that came from that individual. None. And if he's black, I can tell you, even if he were black, I would have still felt the same way. But I feel worse because we've had a system of marginalization, oppression. We know slavery, and I don't want to go too far back with that. But my point is, this country has never fixed the problems. And then for somebody to come to exacerbate and bring back the problems that America has worked on fixing, to honor this person. This is a tough one for me because there's nobody here can ever say that I've ever been disrespectful or created conflict or I'm a person that you can't talk to. I try to be that person everywhere all the time. How I represent myself, my wife, my family, my friends. But this one, for such a reprehensible person to be honored, that's such a slap in the face of every war we've fought in, every movement we've had, and everything we gained came from resistance. So to side with the person that's at the head now of resistance, that was hard to stomach. So I'll close there with that. But please just think about some of what I said, please. Now, on a positive note, we had our CT Vivian annual scholarship golf outing and a lot of support financially from the community, and numbers went up in terms of players. Mayor got an award. Dave, not Dave, but Vajezi's team actually won. So anyway, on a positive note, I want to thank you all and the community for coming out and supporting us. And I didn't mean to make anybody uncomfortable or uncomfortable with me. I'm still the same Byron you've always known, but this one was a different situation, and I had to address it. Thank you.
Thank you, Alderman Shabazz. Alderman Hemingway.
No report, sir.
Thank you. Alderman Nguyen.
No report other than we all need prayer.
Thank you, sir. Alderman Dorset.
Bring it back a little closer. We've got a couple of things going on right now. For those who may or may not have heard, we do have a complete burn ban currently in the city of Macomb and in the unincorporated areas surrounding. Very, very dry out there. Please be very careful with what you do. And the ban is in effect until such a time as you hear differently. Also, it is an election season, and a reminder to both people putting out signage and to our own staff that the boulevards and the public right-of-ways are not places for signage for political candidates.
Or for any other sign.
Or for any other sign.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Alderman Vajezi.
Just again, echoing what Alderman Shabazz said, it was a wonderful C.T. Vivian Scholarship Golf Tournament. Beautiful day, beautiful golf course, lots of great people. So I'm glad we were able to participate and bring some money for a great scholarship. And then lastly, congratulations to WIU on their win. And also Macomb High School is also a win and undefeated.
Okay. Very good. Thank you. Alderman Chu.
I just want to say thank you to the many community members who have done a lot to welcome our students back this fall. I've been able to have some great conversations with many of our new freshmen who are just pleased to be here in Macomb and having good interactions with people. And so I just appreciate, I know Friday was the block party and a busy weekend with many things going on. So I appreciate everyone doing what they can to welcome our students.
Very good. Thank you. Madam Clerk, anything?
Nothing.
Okay. Madam City Attorney?
Nothing, thank you.
Thank you. I'll double down on Alderman Shu's comments regarding the downtown block party. I want to thank our partners in the community, the business members, and particularly the Chamber of Commerce, who partners with us on that event every year. And in spite of the intensity of the day, and the heat, and everything else, it was a good turnout. So thank you. I would like to call an executive session to consider information relative to the purchase or lease of real property for the use of the public body pursuant to Section 2C5 of the Open Meetings Act.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded to go into executive session. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Bajetzi?
Aye.
Shabazz?
Aye.
Dorset?
Aye.
Nguyen?
Aye.
Hemingway?
Aye.
Shu?
Aye.
All ayes.
Motion carried. Thank you for the folks in the media. There'll be nothing coming out of tonight's meeting. We'll take a couple of minutes before we go in.